Good morning. My name is John Emmer. I'm the president of AT&T Connecticut. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm joined with some of my colleagues from some of the other wireless carriers to talk a little bit about the governor's 2030 transportation plan. That plan, at the heart of it, is really all about eliminating bottlenecks that really destroy people's quality of life. And while the plan is really focused about connections and physical connections, it's also about virtual connections as well. And that's about making improvements to the internet that people use while they travel Metro North and the other states' railroads. So wireless internet connections are a vital and growing part of people's daily lives. Just from 2007 to 2018, data traffic on AT&T's network alone grew some 407,000%. So people are using their phones more and more and more and more. And we know that reliable and strong internet connections are a vital part of their daily lives and their commute. And that's one of the great things about this 2030 plan, which the governor and commissioner will talk about a little bit. And that's improving those connections. We're very much looking forward to working with the DOT and with Governor Lamont on making that happen. With that, I'm going to introduce Commissioner Giletti of the State Department of Transportation, who's going to make some comments. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Connecticut 2030 is a balanced plan that will improve our highways, our airports, our seaports, transit, and rail. The 2030 envisions a rail service that's more reliable, faster, and more frequent. It has a new fleet of rail cars coming in and locomotives that are critical to make this vision a reality. The plan includes 132 rail cars, 30 locomotives, a mix of electric and diesel and dual-powered locomotives that will allow the 30 to 40-year-old rail cars and locomotives to be retired. Development of the rail cars is underway with a customer advisory panel providing input on the design, and the RFP will be advertised in this coming spring. The rail cars are going to feature comfortable, spacious 2x2 seating, work tables, different lighting modes for quiet cars and evening travel, charging for mobile devices, enhanced 4G and 5G cellular connectivity, full accessibility with automatic gap fillers, all right, and we will require high-level platforms on the Waterbury line. So we're looking forward to this. I took this job with a governor that said we have to change the infrastructure here. We have been constantly modifying and working this plan. The governor is putting us through challenges to make sure that we can meet the needs going forward. And I'm here to go and say that I'm very, very pleased with a department that looks at both the highway side and the rail side and how we can meet the challenges. And this 2030 plan meets those challenges going forward. And it's my pleasure now to introduce the governor that I work for, Governor Ned Lamont.
Thank you, Joe. Good morning, everybody. As Commissioner Giletti said, this is part of our plan to upgrade our infrastructure here in Connecticut into the 21st century. You know what we're doing in terms of speeding up rail service. You know what we're doing in terms of getting rid of the gridlock and the bottlenecks right on our major highways. But it also involves telecommuting. It also involves bringing our IT infrastructure into the 21st century. So this is why I'm particularly proud that AT&T and T-Mobile and Verizon have all stepped up in making sure that our small state is the first, or one of the very first, to have 4G and then 5G service on this metro line, all the way from here, Bridgeport, Stamford. I'm working with Governor Cuomo all the way into New York. Working with my colleague Nick Simmons, we're working with all of our local municipalities as well. So this is just the start, by which I mean it starts on a rail service, eventually we'll get up to Shoreline East, down to Waterbury as well. Then we can get the 4G and 5G going all along our major highways where we have the right of way. You know what this means? That means not only is it easier to get to our major metropolitan areas, this is the way you work in the 21st century. You know, New York City, great place to visit, wouldn't want to live there, but got to be able to get there every once in a while. I want to get there faster, I want to get there with easier frequency, and I don't want to waste my time on the way there. What this means is that within a year, we'll have 4G service, no blackouts along the way, and within hopefully a couple of years, 5G, the fastest internet access in the country, right here on Metro North. And that means when you're on your way to and from the office, let's say when you're going in, you can FaceTime with your kid, help them out with his math problem, cheer on in terms of the soccer game, what that means in terms of what you can do in business. So there's no time wasted going forward. And as Joe said, there are also some quiet cars for those folks who want to step back and just and chill out. But this is really key to making sure that New Haven and our major cities are transportation hubs. I see the young people here. We lived in cars. Now people are looking for alternative to cars. And that's why the bus service, interconnected, intermodal to here, fast trains down to New York and beyond, able to do everything you can in the office right from your train car. That's why I'm really proud to be able to announce that 2030 includes an IT 21st century infrastructure as well. Is there a commuter talk? No, there's not. No. Thank you for that rousing round of applause.
Someone speak a bit more specifically to how the IT infrastructure is being changed to allow for 4G service up and down? What's happening? What's changing to allow for
Sure. Do you want to go ahead, Governor?
Why don't we have the guy who knows this? Go ahead.
So we're in discussions, active discussions today with the Department of Transportation and also the Governor's 5G Council about how we make that happen. Don't have anything to announce today, but really it's all about adding infrastructure to the line, and we hope to have some really positive news to announce soon on that regard.
John, how would that infrastructure look? Are we talking about just the towers close to the line, or boosters?
It's both. It's using the towers that exist today as well as some small cell technology along the line as well.
Governor, is this something that would be happening anyway without CT 2030? I mean,
This is part of a package to enhance the commuting experience, to make it faster, more frequent, and more productive along the way. Can we do it without upgrading the cars? Yes, we can. But this is part of a broader package. What we've got to do is we have blackout spots all along, in different parts along Metro North. There you need more transponders or nodes, which accelerates access. As you know, we put in a 5G bill that passed the legislature this last time around. That means we're going to give our telecommunications partners access to public rights of way. Make sure that it's easier for them to move forward and make sure that 5G is more broadly deployed and sooner than in most other states around. And one of the things that Nick is working on is working with all of our local municipalities, starting with the 5 biggest, so that we can start 5G service faster and easier in our major cities.
I guess my question was, is this something that was going to be happening anyway? You know, and is it being incorporated into your CT 2030 plan?
Yes.
So the promise you just made that, within a year we'll have full 4G all around. If CT 2030 does not pass, will that still happen?
I think it will. We're going to push like heck to do everything we can to enhance the commuting experience, faster trains, more comfortable trains, more frequent trains, and more productive train rides. And the answer to your question, John, is yes. We can do the 5G and 4G service on an old car as well. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I think what the governor, not for me to say what the governor is saying, but from the standpoint that when I first came here, I was also asked by the governor to look into how can we expand the network on the 4G and the 5G and provide more connectivity for the people that are using the trains as well. So that was part of what was there. What Connecticut 2030 does, it also shows a way that we can fund our programs going forward. And that's the balance on it. So the answer that the governor gave you is correct. Yes, it was a thing that we wanted to work on no matter what. We've incorporated into a plan that shows the return for the investments in going into 2030. You know, I'm going to say that I don't think they're ready to go and talk about it because we're still in negotiations on how this is. There's a lot that can go back and forth on this. There's opportunities for both the private sector on it and for the public sector to use those enhanced opportunities. So we're still in negotiation.
Does the private sector cover all of that since it's their towers? Does the state help out with that?
No, the state doesn't help out with that. What we help out is clearing out the regulatory underbrush, making it easier for our telecom partners to get access to the poles, get access to the rights of way. You know, there'll be some lease back to the towns, municipalities, and the state that we'll do in conjunction with other states to make sure, but it's not money out of pocket. A little bit will be coming back for their getting access to these locations.
Governor, as you know, the main reason you got those blackout parts along there, especially in Greenwich, is that rich people in Greenwich don't like to look at cell phone towers, so they fight the telecom companies on this. You're a rich telecom expert from Greenwich. What are you telling those people in Greenwich who don't want cell towers?
Look, these are not big cell towers in your backyard. These are going to be transponders all along the Metro North location, so that starting off on Metro North, we can have 4G and then 5G access. I guarantee you my neighbors don't want to waste time on a train car. They want to be productive the entire way there and back. Thank you, everybody.